Hi all, I thought I'd do some top secret preparation against Chess Explained, or maybe not that secret if he happens to stumble on this video. So in that system he played, let's have a quick look. So he played d6 and then e5, and I was for a moment thinking, well, couldn't I just take and then play for f4? There's not many games actually with that very direct approach, but I think this David Bronstein game demonstrates something about black's position. The c7 pawn. If you do go for this strategy, knight b5 is really dangerous later, and I know this from first-hand experience. One of the only games I lost last season in the Hertfordshire League was with knight b5. Now, resolving the central tension is not something you usually want to do with d takes e5, but it does offer a very clear-cut approach. So watch that c7 pawn and how vulnerable it can get, especially when white castles queenside and kicks away the king from protecting the c7 pawn. So bishop c4 provokes f6, so it's attacking that, so it's another direct move. Now we see f4. Black doesn't really want e takes because then it's sort of liberating white's position, and white could look forward to breaking through further with e5. So assume you give black a very nice bishop on e5, which I think Chess Explained will very much like and think, what bunny, when I play like this. I'll just play f takes e. I'm hoping his reaction will be bunny, because you know the e5 is good for black, it seems. But after knight f3 he has to reinforce with a knight, and it will still be a very good knight on e5. Okay, but as I say, I think the main point of this is c7. The whole point of this is c7. So watch as white now castles queenside. So bishop e3, and now we have it, castling queenside with check. And it's starting to get a little bit dangerous for c7. The king actually moved to e8, so I guess we should look at king c8, or just sort of try and guess why it might be rejected just briefly. Maybe h3 and bishop e6 were black's concern. So for some reason black, Alfred Benny, played king e8. And now after h3, black doesn't want to take because then f4, you know, the pawns are together, so leaving that pawn on e4 isolated. g4, okay, it looks kind of you know, very forceful stuff from white, and now we have it, knight b5, and you know there's a threat now of knight e5 and knight c7, and this is very unpleasant, I think, to deal with. Possibly if rook c8, maybe knight a7 might be on the cards. Takes b6, you know, bishop b5. So okay, so a6, and now knight takes e5, and this forcing sequence is in white's favour from the evidence of the game. So white here is the two bishops versus the two knights. So this game, by the way, 1958, Maroczy defence, b00, boo, b00, Maroczy defence, and now, you know, with the bishop pair, Bronstein just had a big advantage here. It doesn't matter about the knight on e5. He just started using, I think, his pawns soon, and an f5. I don't know what f5 was about. It's getting a little bit desperate. I suppose white's has got major threats. He's got a nasty pin. But it was lost anyway, I guess. So here it seems the end of the game. I think there's bishop d4 here. So let's have a look at that again. If we want a very, very clear-cut system against an opponent that plays d6 and e5, it's sort of outrageous, because you not really think you think you might be giving black exactly what he wants. You've liberated this bishop, you've given black the dark squares, but you know, the potentially losing trump cards of this is the c7 pawn, because if there's pressure on c7 when white castles queenside here, white arranges the castle queenside. So for some reason king c8 was rejected, and then there comes this knight b5, very direct stuff. So bishop e4, actually this is a very important variation. Bishop e4 is on, but then I guess knight takes e5, knight c7, and taking the rook. So it's all about also, you know, black, because black hasn't castled, you know, these rooks are kind of vulnerable tactically. I guess that would be favouring white, so that's why Bronstein went in for this. David Bronstein went in for this. Okay, so a neat game. Black was really nasty pinned here anyway. So bishop c5 was like running out of moves. So bishop d4 will be a real crusher here. Yeah, I thought I'd do some preparation videos for future matches. Hopefully you might see their impact one day, then I might actually win without having to win on time against Chess Explained. Thanks very much. Cheers.